So I want to start off by saying that this video isn't necessarily towards specific people in the community or the community itself, like regular everyday people necessarily, more towards the movement and certain ways that things are implemented and forced onto others into society. But you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Go ahead and roll the clip. Now, me personally, I find this to be extremely disturbing. As a parent, I would most likely take my kid out of this school because it's something that I don't feel needs to be in school necessarily. Like, this has nothing to do with learning. This is an elementary school with people that are like 5 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, what is this, bro? And you have them sitting around walking through a parade of a rainbow, waving around LGBTQ flags. It's like, what are they doing, bro? What does this have to do with learning multiplication, science, and different things? Like, this has nothing to do with the curriculum. At least it shouldn't, in my opinion. And I'm not even saying that I wouldn't support my child choosing to be themselves. What I'm saying is, why is this so prevalent in an elementary school? And the thing is, bro, if you see this in one school, more than likely you see it, or it's happening in other schools as well across the country. And it's just, I think it's actually ridiculous. Even if this was a high school, I still wouldn't agree with it because it's just something that's so unnecessary. And I think that that's the most important word in that entire sentence is unnecessary. Why? Why is this here? It's not something like it. Okay, so if this was like some sort of support group for high school kids and they've already come out and this is, the life they're living, and this was like some after school thing that they were doing, I guess I could see. But for an elementary school, bro, they're playing with Pokemon cards and they're riding their bike, falling down, scraping their knees. Like, they're not worried about this. It's crazy. I think a lot of what you have going on is adults, regardless of what they identify as or anything. If they're a part of the community, I feel like you have a lot of adults who they throw their burdens onto kids because they want to use that as a way to validate themselves. So if they feel a certain way and society is treating them like they're crazy or however they may be treated, and they see, they point out like, well, this is how it is since we were kids, and see, they're enjoying it. They're a part of this too. Like, they're trying to normalize it in a way that validates themselves. You know what I'm saying? So this is in no way the kids' fault. This isn't everyday people's fault. If you're an average person and you happen to be gay or bi or whatever, whether you're female or male, and you're just, you're living your everyday life, going to work, paying your bills, whatever, or going to school, whatever you're doing, and you're not the one out here pushing for this, then, this video isn't towards you. This is towards the people who are radical, the people who are extremely radical to the point where they feel like they just have to force it on everyone else. And I think that that's the problem in any community, even if you don't support the LGBTQ. If you are somebody who is radical to the point where you feel like when you see somebody who's gay walking down the street, you have to harm them or, call them names or whatever it is, I feel like that's wrong too. I'm not just, hating on one group. Whether you're radical on this side or that side, I feel like it's a problem. And I think that there needs to be a balance and some sort of understanding because there's a lot of things that is just going wrong, man. And the problem is you have so many people who are afraid to even say anything against it because they're afraid of losing their job, they're afraid of being seen as hateful or whatever it is. I can guarantee you, I would bet $1,000. Not every single teacher in that classroom, or excuse me, in that school, wants to go ahead and go along with that. I can promise you, because it's ridiculous. Any adult with common sense would know, why are we pushing this onto our kids? Like, if you're somebody who is a parent and you have a child in this school, what do you do? Like, do you take them out of the school? Do you complain? Do you go to board meetings? Like, it's insane. And it's like, what if they didn't even know about it? Like, when I was that young, we had to have signed permission to learn about certain things. But this is one of those things where it's not even like a classroom setting and parents are allowed to be present to see exactly what their kid is being taught. This is a festive day. Like, it's everywhere. It's so, I highly doubt the parents even had like a say so. Maybe they might have known ahead of time and had the decision to either, allow their child to go to school or let them stay home for the day. Who knows? But this is something that was like, if your kid goes to school this day, they're seeing it. It's not a question of whether they're allowed to be in that classroom and learn, or, even if they were in a classroom learning, it would be better than just having like this festive big parade day. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's actually insane the lengths that some people are willing to go to push their side and force other people to accept what they see as correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, like I said, whether you're on this side or that side, it's just crazy the lengths that people will go. But for today's question, I just want to ask you guys, how do you feel about the LGBTQ movement as a whole? And I gotta know y'all's thoughts, man. Like, how do you feel about all this? And I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.